Hi, welcome to MSA YouTube channel. I'm teacher Kathy. Before we begin, please hit like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on to get updated with our latest videos. In this video, we will discuss Subject-Verb Agreement. Subject-Verb Agreement is the correct relationship between subject and its verb. The general rule is a finite verb agrees with its subject in person and in number. So, a singular subject takes a singular verb. That is, a singular subject goes with a verb with s or es, is, was, has, or does. For example, the treatment works. The subject treatment is singular, so it goes with a verb with s, works. The Nile River is found in Egypt. The subject Nile River is singular, so it goes with the singular verb is. She was in the countryside last summer. The subject she is singular, so it goes with the singular verb was. On the other hand, a plural subject takes a plural verb. That is, a plural subject goes with a verb without s or es, are, were, have, or do. For example, the treatments work. The subject treatments is plural, so it goes with a verb without s, work. The Ganges River and Yangtze River are found in Asia. The subject Ganges River and Yangtze River is plural, so it goes with the plural verb are. They were in the countryside last summer. The subject they is plural, so it goes with the plural verb were. Can you use the correct verb for these sentences? A child needs play to develop imagination. The correct verb is needs because the subject a child is singular. We were informed that The Midnight Library by Matt Haig made it to the bestsellers list. The correct verb is were, a plural verb, because the subject we is plural. Now there are specific rules when nouns, pronouns, and irregular nouns are subjects. When a noun subject comes with a phrase, the phrase does not affect the subject's agreement with its verb. For example, the athlete in the gym does lunges. The noun subject athlete is singular, so it comes with a singular verb does. The phrase in the gym does not affect the agreement. One of the women is a swimmer. The subject one is singular, so it comes with a singular verb is. The phrase of the women does not affect the agreement. The boy swinging his legs is making short shouts. The noun subject boy is singular, so it comes with a singular verb is making. The phrase swinging his legs does not affect the agreement. Now, when a noun subject comes with a clause, the noun subject's agreement with its verb is not affected by the clause. For example, the writer who wrote the book is also a teacher. The noun subject writer is singular, so it comes with a singular verb is. The clause who wrote the book does not affect the agreement. The book that the authors gave for free comes with their signature. The noun subject book is singular, so it comes with a singular verb comes. The clause that the authors gave for free does not affect the agreement. Now, can you use the correct verb for these sentences? Writers for different regions of the country participate in the annual book fest. The correct verb is participate because the noun subject writers is plural. The phrase from different regions of the country does not affect the agreement. The gymnast whom the judges have chosen as the winner also produces gymnastics equipment. The correct verb is produces because the noun subject the gymnast is singular. The clause whom the judges have chosen as the winner does not affect the agreement. Sometimes the subject appears to be different from its predicate noun in terms of number. Take a look at these sentences. Freedom and peace are the source of his happiness. The subject freedom and peace is plural, while the predicate noun the source is singular. The verb is the plural verb are because it agrees with the plural subject freedom and peace. Now we can interchange this by saying the source of his happiness is freedom and peace. The subject the source is singular, while the predicate noun freedom and peace is plural. The verb is the singular verb is because it agrees with the singular subject the source. The rule is, if the subject and the predicate noun differ in number, the subject governs the number of the verb. Can you use the correct verb in these sentences? Cold countries are my preferred travel and work destination. The correct verb is are because the subject is plural, cold countries. My brother's collection is Marvel and DC action figures and dioramas. The correct verb is because the subject is singular, my brother's collection. Now, a relative pronoun can be the subject of a clause and it can either be singular or plural depending on the pronoun's antecedent. For example, a person who likes scuba diving. The relative pronoun who is the subject of the relative clause who likes scuba diving. It is singular with the singular verb likes because its antecedent is a person. People who sell books, the relative pronoun who is the subject of the relative clause who sell books. It is plural with the plural verb sell because its antecedent is people. Note that the antecedent of a relative pronoun should immediately precede the relative pronoun. The antecedent is a noun or pronoun on which the relative clause depends. For example, the house which was painted red. The house is the antecedent of the relative pronoun which and the relative clause which was painted red. Can you use the correct verb in these sentences? Better language development is found in adolescents who spend limited high-quality screen time. The correct verb is spend because the antecedent of the relative pronoun who is adolescents, which is plural. Kids are encouraged to join in team sport like football that fosters positive relationships and self-esteem. The correct verb is fosters because the antecedent of the relative pronoun that is football, which is singular. Now, a relative pronoun may be part of a tricky construction, but note that a relative pronoun always takes its number from its antecedent. The antecedent may simply be one. For example, she is the one who reads tirelessly. The relative pronoun who is singular because its antecedent is one. They are the ones who play tennis. The relative pronoun who is plural because its antecedent is ones. On the other hand, one may be part of a noun phrase with a plural noun, like one of those and one of the few. For example, Kim is one of those who are famous for being famous. The relative pronoun who is plural because its antecedent is those. Leia is one of those singers who train tirelessly. The relative pronoun who is plural because its antecedent is singers. Can you use the correct verb in these sentences? Heidelin Diaz is the one who has won an Olympic medal for the first time among Filipino women athletes who competed in this international sports fest. The correct verb is has because the antecedent of the relative pronoun who is won. Sanna Marin, Finland's prime minister at 34 years old, is one of those political leaders who have been elected in a high office at a young age. The correct verb is have because the antecedent of the relative pronoun who is political leaders. Now, when an irregular noun is the subject, it is important to know its singular and plural form. An irregular noun is a noun that does not become plural by adding s or es to the end. First is the noun ending in f or fe in singular, becoming the es in plural. For example, life becoming lives. What is the correct verb in this sentence? A horse's hooves absorb the shock every time the horse puts down its legs. Hoof singular becomes hoofs plural, so hoofs take a plural verb. Second is the noun ending in O in singular becoming OES in plural. For example, potato becoming potatoes. What is the correct verb in this sentence? The president's vetoes were overridden by the Congress a couple of times. Veto singular becomes vetoes plural, so vetoes take a plural verb. Third is the noun that changes vowels. For example, foot becoming feet. What is the correct verb in this sentence? Geese on land are a gaggle, while in the air a skein. Goose singular becomes geese plural, so geese take a plural verb. Fourth is the noun that changes substantially. For example, ox becoming oxen. What is the correct verb in this sentence? The earliest dyes were made of the ankle bones of sheep and buffalo. Dye singular becomes dyes plural, so dyes take a plural verb. Fifth is a noun that does not change in plural form. For example, fish. What is the correct verb in this sentence? Shrimp is usually confused with prawn, yet the former has 2 claws while the latter 3. Shrimp stays singular in form even when plural in meaning, but shrimps is used for different species of shrimp. Now, an irregular noun that just retained its Latin or Greek origin changes its ending in plural form. So 6 is the noun ending in US in singular becoming I in plural. For example, focus becoming foci. What is the correct verb in this sentence? The school alumni get networking opportunities and exciting perks. Male alumnus and female alumna become alumni in plural, so alumni take the plural verb. Seventh is the noun ending in IS in singular becoming ES in plural. For example, axis becoming axis. What is the correct verb in this sentence? Past global crises have taught to keep trade open and reallocate resources. Crisis singular becomes crisis plural, so crisis take the plural verb. Eighth is the noun ending in ON in singular becoming A in plural. For example, phenomenon becoming phenomena. What is the correct verb in this sentence? The criteria of a good book are a strong opening and compelling characters, among others. Criterion singular becomes criteria plural, so criteria take the plural verb. Ninth is the noun ending in UM in singular becoming A in plural. For example, datum becoming data. What is the correct verb in this sentence? The school curricula are of different types, not only the written or overt, but also the hidden and the social, and all of which are absorbed by the students. Curriculum singular becomes curricula or curriculums plural, so curricula take the plural verb. 10th is the noun ending in IX in singular becoming CES or XES in plural. For example, appendix becoming appendices or appendixes. What is the correct verb in this sentence? The indices of books give a balanced portrait of the book and a concise guide to all the pertinent facts in the book. Index singular becomes indices or indexes in plural, so indices take the plural verb. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you want more practice, just click the link to a worksheet below this video. Again, please hit like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on to get updates on our latest videos. Thank you for watching. Bye!